Future of Wrestling Podcast Next Level, Pally, episode 4. We are back. Well, by we, I mean I, going solo, Salamonster style right here this week. Unfortunately, our main man, the man who runs the place right here, Logan Myers, get better, under the weather. I think this is officially, literally the first show Logan has ever had to back out of. What a true Iron Man of podcasting, a go-to guy. Man, we really do hope you get better. And it's my honor to, you bailed my ass out so many times, man, over the last 2 years. It's my privilege, my honor, my pleasure to do this for you solo tonight. Real quick, I know you're right there in the fucking chat watching anyway. Logan, what's up? And Tater Snake, what's up, man? HHCG, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm going to do my best tonight, and it doesn't help that NXT is usually consistently good, like we said, all that good stuff. But no, those unfamiliar with me, this is not my home base. I am Travis from Hibiki TMD. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD, on YouTube, Hibiki TMD. Hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch me, Kayfabe Today podcast, actually coming back tomorrow night. You can catch us first thing in the morning on YouTube. My good buddy Broski, Drew Oberman, Robbie Radford. Hit that subscriber there, and Grapple Vision. Also, Never Drew a Dime with my buddy Drew Oberman from that show also on Grapple Vision. Look for all the goodness. And yeah, NXT this week. And I feel like, if anything, tapings are sometimes, especially to go to live, have got to be just a marathon. They've got to take a lot out of you. But credit to this crowd from Atlanta this week, where they used to do the old Saturday night tapings and stuff. Center Stage. This is like multiple times they've seen the Velveteen Dream, who wrestled Tyler Bate, which we'll get to in a little bit. They kept right there on pace, and that's also credit to the guys performing too, to pick up a crowd tired at a taping show. Because I remember stories from like guys like Drew Ortman going to like Superstars tapings as a kid in like the early '90s, and those crowds were complete dog shit tired by the end of it for just the pacing. And if anything, Superstars tapings compared to NXT tapings were like a complete marathon in comparison. Talking like 6 hours of wrestling probably with those old Superstars taping. I will do my best though to man the chat. You guys stop it by. Thank you for helping Logan out. Be sure to hit that subscribe down below because we love Logan and we want to get him to 100. I want to see Logan at 100 before WrestleMania. That's the goal. The ultimate goal. Broski, first thing in the morning in the chat. Welcome, my man. Tater Snake says, don't say anything remotely Japanese or you know what'll happen, brother. That's right. A Japanese photographer will jump up. He'll blind you, and you'll lose your belt. But let's get right down to this week's NXT review. I do want to say one thing. On any show I'm on, usually any of my shows, anything pro wrestling related, I've been saying the most consistently booked talent in that entire company, main roster, NXT, anything for the past year has been Johnny Gargano. This true coming-of-age underdog story done right, done on the levels of a Daniel Bryan. I would say this is almost emotionally investing me more than the Yes era and all that stuff, especially with what we saw tonight. Flat out, the intro to the show, the vignette from last week's results, the match with Gargano and Almas, Johnny Gargano losing, having to leave NXT. This right here was worth the entire episode. This was so well done. And I'm not a big vignette guy. Obviously I'm not about the hokey backstage bullshit, but this was tremendous, incorporating how they just, the camera angles, that's one of the hugest differences, and it's so minor in reality, but NXT nails it. And we'll see it later tonight with an Authors of Pain promo. The way they shot Ciampa in this last week was great. And he really looked like, and shout out to Ciampa too, the most sadistic motherfucker alive. The way he did the little smirk after, it's just tremendous. But yeah, we'll see more of Gargano stuff later in the show, and obviously with Almas to close the show. But I just wanted to throw in how well done this was, because usually an intro to any wrestling show doesn't usually grab me unless it's something super hyped going into already. But this was great. Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Bate, two of my favorite guys in the whole world right now. Obviously Tyler Bate, the winner of the UK title tournament last year, broke through Young Guy Mustache Mountain with Trent Seven, another tremendous tag team. I know Broski's favorite promotion in the world, Progress. What can you say? And it's crazy to me because I know they've been teasing these guys, right, and the build up to this match. And I say it all the time on the show and any of that stuff. I don't watch the spoilers. I don't read them. I like to have it fresh, like it's new to me. If I haven't seen it, it's new to me, right? So I know they've had some vignettes building up to this backstage, but unbeknownst to me, I never knew these guys never worked a match. So maybe they have in house shows. I would assume they would. You know what I mean? But televised, no, they hadn't. And this match, it was really good. It was pretty damn good, but I feel like they might get another match at TakeOver coming up, and they might have been telling these guys to tone it back for this one. Obviously, they're both capable of so much more. This was, if you would close your eyes and if you've seen these guys in any matches and envision the type of matches these two would have, if you just imagine for a second John Lennon style, it's exactly what you would think. It was kind of baseline, give them enough but not too much. Don't give them all the goods. But the one complaint I have with this, I feel like the finish came out of nowhere, and that's fine. I'm all about protecting finishers, especially in 2018 when guys kick out of everything. I just feel like the build to the Purple Rainmaker elbow was kind of lack. They would have built, the crescendo and all that stuff to the finish better. It would have got over. But I'm fine with, Velveteen Dream, obviously, who's over like Clover. Both of these guys were really over in this match, the crowd back and forth. And it was fine. I wouldn't say go out of your way to check it out. Maybe you guys in the chat disagree, but what do you guys think? If this match was can't miss, hit 1. If it was press 2. I'm kind of in the camp of 2, just because it's my own fault, though, not managing my expectations. Because on paper, you would think these guys would have, like a Brett Shawn classic every time. They're both tremendous at what they do. And I feel like their styles totally would have that good chemistry because they clash in a way, but a good kind of clash. So I'm going to catch up on the chat. Logan, we do hope you're feeling better. And I do. That's the smell. Woof. I'm just going to. Anyway, I do want you guys to check out Late Night with Broski immediately following this. I don't know if Veggie's still a guest or not, but I know it was advertised. But in case of emergency break class, there's still going to be a late night. Get over there, check it out immediately following this. After that, this was, man, got a little depressing. I'm not going to lie. The Johnny Gargano stuff is being done so well right now. Here was a segment, again, with William Regal, the NXT referee who counted the 3 last week in the match, and Johnny Gargano signing his termination papers, and Regal literally wishing him well in his future endeavors. The line was in there, all that stuff, and then the referee comes out and apologizes to Johnny. Drake Younger, I believe it was, and he said, we've known each other for 10 years, and we rode the roads and all that shit. It's just the way it was all presented. The way, and I know some of you guys aren't a big fan of Morrow. I don't think he's the worst, but I feel like he did a great job here being that. I like to be the straight-laced guy, but this time I can't help it, blah, blah. I thought it was all really sad and well done, and you got to give credit to anything, I feel like, in any kind of wrestling angle, especially in the modern era, when they can still get you, because A, everything's been done, B, everything's exposed, but they're doing it. People are so into this fucking rivalry. It's great. It's very rare anymore, but it's refreshing, and I cannot wait to see how it plays out, honestly, what they're going to do. Speaking of plays out, as much as I like some of the stuff early, and this is my favorite part of the show, this was the first time since they've signed him, and this is a bold hot take, and I'm talking, saw him at War Games. He did a f***ing job, okay? All this stuff. This is the first time for me that Undisputed Era on a television screen felt like they truly, like they're getting it to gel as like a 3-man stable, like in a cliche NWO style. It kind of felt like for the past couple months they're finding it, and that's fine. And I get they were a stable in Ring of Honor, it was Cole and Red Dragon. But now, under the WWE umbrella, this right here, this match, Adam Cole versus Cesar Bononi, which I just want to say baloney every time, I can't help it, who apparently, because I didn't know this, won NXT's award for Breakout Star of the Year, or next big thing, or whatever. Oh boy. Those unfamiliar with Cesar Bononi, I will say this flat out. Tremendous A+ fucking look. Looks like a human action figure. Looks like, okay, when you create a wrestler in a video game, it looks like the basis, like the default character. He just has that chiseled look. Brazilian guy, that's fine. When he fucking talks, and I tweeted this out yesterday or the day before about Cesaro. I'm one of the biggest Cesaro fans in the fucking world, but I'll call it a spade a spade. When the guy talks, it's complete misery. I'm sorry, that's just something of his you should never overexpose, borderline ever do with a guy, and that's bold, and I know that's hurtful to Cesaro, but it was really bad one day. Not to mention his timing was off, like he didn't say the line in time, like Sheamus waited for him. I don't know if any guys caught that, but Cesar Bononi, if you can believe it, possibly fucking worse when he opens up his mouth on the mic. And right here, this the whole reason I bring up the Adam Cole and them gelling as a group right here. For one, it felt like the entrance is always great, all that shit, but just the way they tease Cesar joining at the beginning, throwing him a t-shirt, Cole getting on the mic, and talking down to him and giving him a little golf clap round of applause for winning that award or whatever. And then like they threw him the shirt. Red Dragon came on the apron like they were going to let him join. They did the classic thing, which I feel like we haven't seen since like '98 in NWO style, where the guy started to put it on, then they attacked him, and it was really well done. And then you saw Adam Cole like do the little hand gesture. I don't know. Go fucking watch it. Really good. Adam Cole is calling it, man. If you don't agree with this, Stevie Wonder could see that Adam Cole was going to be a huge star in that company. Oh, and I would say on a Rollins level, he has that Rollins-ish look to me. It's not just there. But those guys, they have that X factor, that generic term you always hear about guys in wrestling talk about, right? I feel like Adam Cole totally has that. Not the biggest guy, totally in shape, doesn't have to be the biggest guy. They're doing it right by surrounding him with guys. That's what you do with a little shitty heel like this. That's exactly what you want to do the right way. Nexus was not the right way. This is like this is fine. And I know our buddy Bronson, who's been on the show before and all that stuff, he hates their theme music. It's okay. It's just like, like I said before, Rage Against the Machine had sex with the NWO, and that's it. But it's fine. If anything, I went out of my way because Logan, you'd be so proud of me. I wrote a one-man format tonight. I did my notes for you. And I wrote this down. If anything, what I would do with Cesar Bononi, especially since Big Cass has nothing to do now, obviously, when he comes back, who's he going to feud with? Make him a tag team, call him CNC Muscle Factory. Fuck it. I literally wrote down CNC Muscle Factory. So hashtag CNC Muscle Factory. Let's get that going. I think that would work. Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane build up from the past couple weeks. Oh, let's get right down to the brass tacks once again right here. By the way, Adam Cole gets your win. I forgot to mention that. Shining Wizard to the back of the head, Bononi. Bononi's a young guy. They're making him eat shit right now. That little award they gave him, and I see them making him heel. The people aren't feeling him at all. The people are not feeling Bononi, especially, and I don't know if they're meant to feel him. I don't think this was booked for the people to get behind Bononi, because who in their right mind is honestly going to get behind Cesar Bononi besides some contrary fucking marquee prick who has to be contrary and make a 50-50 chant and every shit? But it's Adam Cole. It's fucking Adam Cole. No one's going to go against the grain, and that's exactly what happened there. And that was that. If you do not smash the like button, Cam Sungyao will appear and fuck your face, Tonka style. Hey, sometimes you gotta fuck faces, Tom Phillips style. Sorry, guys, I was taking a swig there. These, in case the dry mouth. But Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, I will say this. Believe it or not, I'm coming around on Baszler big time as far as a visual presentation. In ring, this was maybe the best counter hold thing, styles and stuff I've seen her do. Transitions tonight, definitely. I'll get to that in a little bit. The one thing lacking, I think, that's keeping Shayna Baszler from literally like going over the top for me, for truly getting over in my mind, she needs to find her voice. Everything works. They got a good theme for her. Her entrance is fine. It's intense. Her moveset, it is what it is. She's got the pedigree, obviously. When she talks, it doesn't match the picture of what I'm looking at. It's so unfitting. They really need to get with her in the PC and just get her to get an intense. And I know sometimes, right, you don't need that, but I feel like it's so obvious when it happens on here. I watched this with my son tonight and my casual girlfriend who never watched NXT, and even they were like, that doesn't fit. That's her voice. Like they were even taken aback. So when like an 8-year-old notices that, I feel like something's up. I will say I've given Shayna Baszler a lot of shit. It's cheap comedy. It's easy material, but I will say this: she really is a good at what she's doing as far as just intensity in the ring. And she's making that angle-ish transition well from another sport to pro wrestling in a way. But then they had the match here tonight, Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane. This honestly better than their Mae Young Classic match. This may have been the best Baszler match. I prefer this over the Ember Moon match, honestly, from TakeOver. The ending of this match, though, not to get into full details, because I do want to wrap this up before late night goes on, give everybody ample time to get over there. Shayna Baszler makes Kairi Sane. This was tremendous. I even took the time to write out the Japanese word and everything. A beautiful counter into a Kirifuda clutch from a suplex. I can't even like really truly describe it. I would say at least try to watch the highlight of the counter. I'd never seen this kind of counter from Baszler or anybody really, and it was great. And it was definitely different and clean win, which I feel like the rematch makes sense. I feel like the way it was booked at TakeOver Philly with Baszler and Moon makes sense to make it a rematch anyway, because it was a crucifix roll up. And obviously, what they've done too, which has been really smart bookings, make Baszler say, "Hey, you got an easy win. It was a fluke." Blah blah blah. And I think Baszler's honestly going to win it here. What do you guys think? Do you think they keep it on Moon and they go down the road to Kairi Sane, or do you think? I think Moon's on her way to the main roster. Pers- Personally, I think after Mania season, I really do think she hits. I'm not like most Drews. Drew's actually on Skype. I'm gonna call him, see if he answers. He did message me. I haven't been able to check though, because my throat's getting dry. I need some Drew in my life. Hello.
It's a run-in.
Sorry to spontaneously call you. I didn't see if you messaged me back earlier because I know you did.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
You we're
Woo.
alive. I was just talking about Shayna Baszler, and I asked the
Yeah,
chat, "Do you think
the chat
Baszler
was
finally
pretty
wins at a
good.
takeover?"
Interesting comments.
Broski says Moon bores him. To be honest, Tater Snake says, "I don't know if we're ready for 3 Jap WWE champs, pal." Obviously, did you see this in the news, Drew, about the fans in NXT chanting those racial things that Kyrie's saying?
Oh, what?
You didn't see that? And NXT
At
house show
Full
in St.
Sail?
Peter's.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
That's
they
not cool.
chanted "Happy Ending." They chanted Pearl Harbor.
Uh, oh, fuck. What?
Yeah,
That's not cool.
no,
Interesting though. Usually the NXT fan base are supposed to be the best fans in the world.
yeah, we are the world fans.
We are the world.
I don't know.
Is she's still NXT, right? Not main roster.
Oh yeah, she's still in NXT.
Uh, just to go back on what you're talking about, Ember Moon's fine, but I think her title run's like, I just don't think it has much momentum behind it, so I think it's all but over. They should probably put it on somebody else at the next one.
Yeah, yeah. I think that she's done everything she can probably do in NXT anyway. And if anything, I feel like the SmackDown Women's Division definitely needs new faces, credible faces.
Oh yeah, that they really kind of screwed everything by. I understand why they did it to fill out the roster, I guess, but when they brought up the teams of like 3 at a time, it just
Yeah, that's it. And nobody misses the team bad stuff by any stretch of the
no
imagination.
no. Yeah,
I
they
feel
started
really
the
bad
whole
now. I feel like you were like napping or something. I feel like I caught you off guard, called you
me.
spontaneously.
No, I was listening to the show.
Oh, all right. What do you think of my CNC Muscle Factory gimmick? You down?
I'm down. I
I think
think
it
that's
could work.
amazing.
You
I
get
like the
Mark
name
Wahlberg
too.
at Mania at least for their entrance.
Yeah, I mean their entrance theme would be the the bee's knees, the tits, if you will.
Yeah, I
Do
feel like
people
if
still
they can,
say that?
you sure can, especially here
Okay.
at Logan's channel.
Oh, good.
Logan Myers.
Myers.
Myers. I feel like if you can give Rhonda like a top 40 tune like that, you could totally give CNC Muscle
Muscle
Factory.
fuckery.
CNC Muscle Factory. Everybody dance now. I kind of want to go with Factory instead.
That's awesome. It reminds me of that The Simpsons where Homer's trying to convince Bart that he's not gay and he takes him to that factory to show him real men, and on their lunch break they have like a dance party. It's all like a club.
Oh man, what season was that?
um fuck, anymore? I have no idea.
Right, like
It was
season
like
34 of The Simpsons.
it was maybe season like 10.
I'm still surprised, like, because now they have them all backlogged on the network. How many like actual years NXT has been going? Not just FCW. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a while now, like 6 or 7.
Yeah, and there was one point I was planning on like going back to the beginning and doing like a weekly article for the website, kind of doing the history piece, week to week. And I didn't realize, yeah, how much there was. It kind of deterred me from trying that.
Yeah. Did you happen to catch any of NXT tonight? By the way.
No, I've just seen bits and pieces on Twitter, and then what you've talked about so far.
We're actually at the closing promo of the show with Almas and Zelina Vega. Okay,
Ooh.
I'm gonna pull out my asshole card on this. This is the
Okay.
first time I've heard Almas talking to Mike. They gave him some mic time. I know he's learning. He's trying his best. It's really hard to learn another language, but don't do it yet because he sounded like a deaf guy.
Yeah. Well, and the whole point of bringing her in was to be the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
Why have him talk? That's like putting
exactly.
Brock on the mic. Like, don't
The
do
whole
it.
promo up until this was it was 100% fun. And then for some reason she hands, and to his credit, he didn't like butcher the English language. It's just all I could hear in my head was just this guy's deaf.
He's 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 Mexican and deaf.
Yeah. The total package of those two together still works for me, especially here, like him out in the suit and all that. She's tremendous as always, but actually interrupted here because basically their whole promo was mocking Gargano, right, from last week as
Sure.
he's gone. I've been talking about the whole episode, how they've just been doing tremendous on this episode tonight with the vignettes and the stuff like that. Interrupted by Aleister Black before he gets to head to the back. So it looks like that's the route they're going, right? So Aleister Black stands in the ring. There's a stare down. This is where I assume was going to close the show. Weird Scottish anime remix music plays. I don't like Killian Dane's Sanity theme. It fucking sucks. It
Yeah.
stops. It has pauses and breaks whenever they need to fix that. But Killian Dane comes down and just beats his ass. I like I feel like obviously the end game here should be Black and Almas at Mania Takeover, but I feel like this is a totally fine middle of the way type of challenger for Black.
And here, I mean, Gargano's been selling it online really hard, but I'm not sure what route they're actually going to take with the whole thing. But this whole build up they've been doing with him being like the biggest baby face I've seen in I don't know how long, and the fact that he's lost all those title matches and kind of had to give up and leave, I think it would just be the perfect situation if they did, like you said, that title match there had Ciampa and Gargano into their feud there with something absolutely apeshit crazy, and then somewhere down the road soon after, Gargano finally reaches the peak of the mountain and gets the biggest pop ever when he wins that title.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's, especially what they did tonight in that segment with Regal handing him his termination paper. He did make like the little line about, well, you still have to fulfill all your NXT dates before this expires in like a month or whatever. So I feel like that's going to be their little get out of jail free card with the angle.
Yeah, and he posted Gargano was selling it enough. He retweeted NXT's tour through Ohio, like Cleveland and Columbus, and he said, "No better way to end my NXT career than at home."
That's true. Are you going to catch any of those?
I want to go to the Columbus one. They always do it during the Arnold Classic, but it sells out so fast.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
And then tickets are insane.
The one here in Baltimore was like, it was gone so fast too. Did you happen to catch any Gargano when he was still like an indie darling or whatever?
Oh yeah, I was big into Evolve and caught all those matches and went back and saw a lot of his from like early WWN stuff and Dragon Gate. And
Well, I actually meant like because you're both from like the area, like live, like
oh
before he was like
no, I'd always heard the name, but I'd never caught. I got so far out of the local loop that I didn't even notice really if there was anything like that around here.
Yeah. It actually blew my mind today on Twitter to see it's someone that like kind of started around here. With Casey Carlisle, my buddy did an interview with her, and like she's been all over the Indies, and probably one of the more successful ones out of my area. It's definitely her.
That's
Check
awesome.
her out, guys. She's worth a look. I feel she's definitely a vet. 20 plus years. Other than that, I mean, that's the way they closed the show, though, with Killian Dane beating down Aleister Black, and it was fine. This episode was pretty good. I would say go out of your way to watch. Geez, the Adam Cole thing. That whole match segment was really well done. Other than that, nothing really to go out of your way and watch. This is a perfectly fine episode.
Sure, I might go back and just catch it so I can get the whole. I like really following that main event storyline and catching all of it and making sure I don't miss any of the dialogue or anything. And now I kind of want to see Almas completely whiff that promo too.
Logan says Bobby Starr in the chat. Actually, Logan, I don't know if you know
Bobby Starr.
If you mean him, or do you remember the local guy, beautiful Bobby Shields from our area, Logan, who actually did a couple Ring of Honor TV spots as a job guy. Shout out to him.
He was telling me about those guys the other night on the Monday podcast.
Nice. Nice.
I
And
told
I
him,
can confirm, I talked to him today, speaking of indie guys, my good buddy Matthias Thrasher, we will be recording the first Hibiki High Spots together this week. I'm excited for that. And
can't wait.
Drew and I just recorded another Never Drew a Dime. Going to edit that up on Hibiki TMD on YouTube. It's going to be up this week. Not going to spoil what it's about because it was awesome. But other than that, man, I came in at the tail end. I want to get out of here, like I said before, late night kicks in and all that
Sure.
stuff. Drew, where can everyone check you out for your little 10-minute appearance here?
Yeah, at Drew Ortman on Twitter, at Kayfabe Today, at PW Journal, kayfabetoday.com. And just always remember, I am from the hometown of the greatest wrestler of all time, one half of the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton. He still lives here, too.
Hey, I'll see you the next time we draw some dimes. And tomorrow night live on Kayfabe Today podcast with my buddy Broski. As always, follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. Follow Logan on Twitter at Logan Myers 144. Logan, feel better, man. Thank you again for letting me do this. Drew, thank you for hopping on for a little cup of coffee in the big time. Until next time, stick around. We're going to take it to the next level. Pal!